the big questions then tonight with top lawyers. Bail first step to justice for Rhea? Is the High Court order a blow to the Narcotics Control Bureau? Will Rhea Chakrabarti continue to face an abetment to suicide charge in the Sushant case? Is this a temporary reprieve, or has she genuinely now got a chance of real freedom? These are questions I will raise. Satish Manashinde, Rhea Chakrabarti's lawyer, is with us. B.V. Kumar, former Narcotics Control Bureau chief, with us. Rizwan Merchant, Mumbai's leading criminal lawyer in drug-related matters. C.A. Sundaram, Aryama Sundaram, senior advocate, Supreme Court, joining us. All four fine minds joining me. Satish Manashinde, to you first as Rhea Chakrabarti's lawyer. Am I right to say that you have got temporary relief, that this is hardly a finality or a closure? Can you at this time claim, as you have in your first remarks after the order came, that this is a victory for Rhea Chakrabarti?
Well, I must tell you that after the 14th of June 2020, Rhea Chakrabarti has been investigated by the Mumbai police. They did not find anything against her. The Patna police tried to get into the picture. They could not. Thereafter, the ED came into the picture. CBI has investigated her. The ED came into the picture and then investigated her thoroughly. And thereafter, the NCB has come into the picture. So she has been hounded by almost about 5 agencies. Firstly, she was the target of all the 5 investigating agencies. And to tell you the truth, Rhea Chakrabarti has stood steadfast in the entire battle with all these 5 agencies. The Mumbai police obviously did not find anything against her because they came to a conclusion that it was a suicide by hanging. And the doctor said that is asphyxia causing the death. And therefore, there was no foul play as declared by the Home Minister of Maharashtra. The Patna police tried to hound her. They were not allowed to investigate because they had not taken permission from the Mumbai police, according to law. Then the CBI went after her and they investigated her for about 5 to 7 days. They did not find anything contrary to what the Mumbai police had found so far. And the ED questioned her a number of times and started a systematic leak of her mobile messages to various agencies and in the public domain. Thereafter, the NCB came in. So till she was arrested 1 month back, none of the agencies had found anything against her. So I presume that there is nothing against her, either in the books of CBI or in the books of ED, to involve her in any offense.
No, are you saying, therefore, are you telling me today that you believe her arrest and custody in a narcotics case was totally unwarranted in the first instance? The judge today has, in a sense, said that there is no evidence that she financed illicit trade of drugs or harbored drugs. But they have not yet in any way lifted the charges against her. Let's be very clear about that. This is bail. This is not an acquittal.
The finding of the learned judge prior to granting bail is that she is not likely to commit any offense once on bail. Secondly, there is nothing to come to a conclusion that she is guilty of an offense punishable for an offense either under section 27A or for a commercial quantity. At the most, according to the judge, she can be prosecuted for an offense under section 18 and 22 of the Narcotic Substances Act. So those offenses deal with minor offenses. Apart from that, the learned judge has come to a conclusion that if a person was consuming drugs according to the Narcotics Control Bureau could be granted immunity if he was alive, how can you punish a person who was either procuring for it, procuring it for him, or making payment? The only allegation against her is that she was involved in a payment of 27,000 rupees in 3 different transactions, and she had given a few telephonic SMSs and messages to the servants to exchange or procure the drugs. So how can a person? The judge also asked a pertinent question during the hearing that if the father were to procure drugs for his addict, which in this case the addict is Sushant Singh Rajput because he is consuming it for more than 4 to 5 years, it is known that Sushant Singh Rajput was habituated to drugs and addicted to drugs because of his flatmates who were living with him 4 to 5 years back. And this evidence has been shared with the NCB that when he went for the shooting of Kedarnath movie at Kedarnath, he got into a much bigger habit of consuming drugs because the best quality of drugs, according to him, available was in Kedarnath. So if such a person who was on the medication of 5 doctors could not give up his habit of addiction in narcotics, how can Riya Chakravarti be even charged for an offence under the NDPS Act?